So, uh, when you think about a lethal ambush, you probably picture something physical, right? Like a weapon you can actually see coming from a mile away.
Well, yeah, I mean, a visible threat at least gives you a chance to brace yourself.
Yeah,
You can prepare for it.
exactly. But today, we're taking a shortcut for you into an ancient text where the battlefield is completely invisible. We are looking at Psalm 64 from the English Standard Version of the Bible. It is labeled a Psalm of David addressed to the choir master.
Right.
And it starts out sounding like a pretty standard plea for protection, asking to be hidden from the secret plots of the wicked. But then it very quickly turns into this profound breakdown of the lethal power of words.
And it really doesn't waste any time getting into the exact mechanics of that threat either.
Oh no. The text gets aggressive fast. I mean, it describes evildoers who whet their tongues like swords and, aim bitter words like arrows.
Yeah, the imagery is super intense.
It basically paints a picture of an ancient sniper attack. They are shooting from ambush at the blameless, suddenly and without fear. But I do have to push back a little here.
Okay, go ahead.
Comparing whispers or gossip to a literal sword attack feels, I don't know, a bit overdramatic. Like, is the text just exaggerating for poetic effect, or is there a deeper mechanism at play?
Well, it sounds dramatic until you look at the psychological toll it's highlighting. I mean, the speaker specifically asks to be preserved from the dread of the enemy.
The dread, yeah.
Right, the text is making the case that verbal, secret attacks are just as destructive as physical warfare because they completely shatter your baseline peace of mind.
Wow.
Think about it. You can block a punch, right?
Right.
But a bitter rumor shot from the shadows, that infiltrates the psyche. It creates this atmosphere of pure paranoia.
I see your point. I mean, anyone who has ever been the target of, say, a vicious workplace rumor or an anonymous online smear campaign knows exactly what that dread feels like.
Oh, absolutely.
The weapons haven't really changed in thousands of years, have they?
Not at all. But an invisible sniper needs a hiding spot, which brings up how these attackers actually conceal their motives. The text moves from the attack itself to the meticulous planning behind it.
Yeah, it describes them holding fast their evil purpose. They're talking about laying snares secretly, and they literally ask who can see them.
Right. It is not just a spontaneous insult. The text calls it a diligent search for injustice.
A diligent search, it's so calculating.
Highly calculated. They are methodically looking for vulnerabilities to exploit.
There's a line here that really struck me regarding that calculation. It says, "For the inward mind and heart of a man are deep." That is just such a chilling way to describe human malice.
It really is.
It's not just a surface level grudge, it's this dark well of plotting.
And that depth is actually their tragic flaw. They think their inner world is so complex and so well hidden that no one, not even a divine judge, can penetrate it.
So they're blinded by their own arrogance. So, how do you actually fight an enemy who is that entrenched in their own hidden depths? The text introduces a pretty ironic countermeasure.
Oh, it's very ironic.
Right. God shoots his own arrow at them, wounding them just as suddenly as they targeted the blameless.
Mm.
But he doesn't even use a new weapon to finish the job. The text says they are brought to ruin with their own tongues turned against them.
It is a complete closed loop of justice. The very mechanism they engineered to destroy others just collapses right on top of them.
But how does that actually happen practically? I mean, beyond the divine intervention aspect, what makes a tongue actually turn against itself?
Well, think about the real-world mechanics of deceit. The arrogance required to maintain a complex web of lies eventually makes the deceiver sloppy.
Oh, sure. That makes sense.
They brag, they contradict themselves, or their excessive malice simply alienates their allies. The community eventually sees through the facade.
So the deception itself becomes the exact evidence used to expose them,
Exactly.
which explains the dramatic shift at the end of the text. The initial dread is gone. Now, all mankind fears. They tell what God has brought about and ponder it. The righteous take refuge and exult.
Because the invisible battlefield is cleared. The community finally sees the attackers for who they really are.
Everyone ends up wagging their heads at the ruin of the wicked.
Yeah, the isolation of the victim is replaced by this collective awe.
It's a powerful resolution to this deep dive, but it really leaves you wondering about the modern equivalents of these ancient ambushes.
For sure.
I mean, in today's world, we've built the ultimate architecture for shooting bitter words from the shadows. Are the architects of today's digital smear campaigns unknowingly building their own traps?
It's something to think about, isn't it?
Consider how often the internet never forgets. and how the permanent digital record of an anonymous arrow might eventually become the exact blueprint for the archer's own ruin.